In times long past, a great war waged across the lands of Nippon. Arrows of fire once fell and defiled the sacred place, the seat of our great Tenno. This is my last written testament as a warrior son from the great western lands, but my name shall neither be spoken nor written in this place. For it was we whose bows cast fire upon the palace, and upon the temples, and upon the homes of those loyal to his grace. It was our warriors who had slain the innocent in the streets and in their homes. My name is taboo. My name is unforgiven, forbidden from the tongues of all in these lands until my sacrifice is done. The struggle came to an end at last, and the men sheathed their blades of war, when times of peace return. When Amaterasu Omikami rose over Fuji at dawn and smiled on the rolling plains and the rice fields, our great lord Tenno stood before his people and spoke. He decreed that the warriors of the western land shall live in shame, and their sons shall be born into shame. He decreed that we shall seek forgiveness for our disgrace through the succession of our sons and of our grandsons before the Tenno himself. This penance will last for 100 generations to each family name, and only then will our lands be truly pardoned. And so, every year, when the cherry blossoms bloom, we choose a warrior son of our people. To this warrior son is passed the ceremonial blade, and he will bear this blade alone in pilgrimage to the seat of the Tenno. He will make the journey on foot, and he will accept the scorn of the people with humility. He will receive the blessing from each priest along his journey, cleansed before he is fit to set foot within the home of the Tenno. Before seeking an audience, the warrior son shall kneel before the altar of the fallen, and he shall beg forgiveness for his ancestors for 3 days and nights. At the rightful time of his atonement, the warrior son will be guided to the bathhouse and made clean. He will then kneel before the Tenno in ceremonial garb at dusk. He will pledge loyalty to the Tenno and to the land of Nippon. For himself, and on behalf of his ancestors, he will bare his abdomen, and with the ceremonial blade, he will perform the act of Seppuku. His name shall be spoken in forgiveness upon his death, and he shall be counted among the honorable one. His body will be cremated, his soul cleansed in the purifying flames, and his ashes will be hand-delivered to the coast of his homeland and put to rest in its waters. This is a willful journey, one of choice. Should the warrior son choose to make the sacrifice, he will be honored among his family, and by the decree of the Tenno. Should he reject the sacrifice, he will be cast out from his family and exiled from his homeland forever. The choice is his own. Yet, not one warrior son has foregone the journey, for it is said that to take the ceremonial blade in hand is to take into him the spirits of those who died before, and to take with him their courage and resolve. I have made this journey. I now take upon my shoulders the burden of shame and my family honor, guided by the proud spirits of my forefathers. By this blade, I will bring honor to my family. I go now to make my final pledge before our great Tenno. May my body be laid to rest in reverence for my sacrifice here today, and may my soul know peace in death. Miroku Umukami, you bless us and protect us. Meishu-sama, you bless us and protect us. For explanations of our souls, and the fulfillment of your will. These are the final words of a nameless son in the western lands. The duty of delivering the ashen remains of sacrificial sons has fallen to the Hamazaka clan since the end of that war, since shame fell upon them. Hamazaka Yoko was assigned this task on her 10th birthday, and she performs her duty even now in her 19th year. Just like those before her, she was instructed to carry the urns with care and humility to the western shore, lest she anger the spirits within. She has always been an obedient girl, shy and quiet, and she always carries out the task with proper respect. She has never enjoyed the chore, though. Delivering the dead, after all, it's a grim affair. Still, she has become a familiar face in these parts of late. She is known to the locals, always greeted with familiar smiles. She's a friend to these people, as are the rest of her family. Some have even treated her as a daughter, or a sister. Yet, she is well-mannered and respectful to everyone just the same. She enjoys her time here. Yoko! A nearby vendor calls to her. It's good to see you. How's your grandmother?
She is doing well, sir.
Yoko humbly replies. Yeah? Well, that's good. You tell her that Mr. Fabiano misses your company, okay? Tell her he wants to catch up over coffee sometime. Do that for me, will ya?
I will, Mr. Fabiano. Have a nice day.
Yoko smiles warm-heartedly and heads for the bus stop. She takes the number 42 eastbound onto Queen Liliuokalani Freeway. The sunset over Oahu is always beautiful this time of year, and it makes the trip much more pleasant. The bus exits on Halawa Dairy Road. Yoko stop. She walks the rest of the way to Hamazaka Pottery and Antiques on Iwaiwa Street. As she steps through the door and the bell jingles overhead, she wonders how many people will go missing before people catch on. How many lives will be lost to this curse. The Hamazaka family has been discreet all these years, so it may be a long time yet. Hundreds of urns have been emptied into the waters of Pearl Harbor by now, and she expects hundreds more will follow. Revenge is an insatiable thing. Yoko, her grandmother beckons from behind the cash register. You can go home for the night, dear. Before you do, would you mind cleaning out the kiln again? I have another pot ready for firing.
Yes, grandmother.
Yoko replies, bowing her head. Such a sweet girl. The elderly woman returns her attention to the customer before her. So, you say that you are a collector of Japanese antiques. I have a fine piece that may interest you. This ceremonial blade has been handed down for generations to many noble samurai. It is authentic, I assure you. Feel the quality of its grip. You'll see for yourself.